from Los Angeles, California, for the Mad Scientist Party Hour. Oh man, I love hearing Kevin losing battles.
What is up, friendaroonies? And welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who is wearing assless, legless, and crotchless pants and underwear, and is currently beating his boner like a redheaded stepchild. That's Geoff Clark.
I am actually wearing just boxers today. We can discuss why that is. I've been in a 7-hour fucking war.
And transmitting to us from the void, the bearded booger-eating variant known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo!
Oh yeah.
This is so bad.
We got a lot to discuss, I guess. I mean, Jeff's in his underwear, which is a rarity.
You're really sitting in just boxer shorts, Geoff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fat, sweaty bastard, and it gets pretty hot in my apartment. Dude, it's like it gets 7 degrees hotter in my apartment than it does outside. The other day, it got to 86 degrees in my apartment, and it was 79 degrees outside.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's the same thing that's happened with like every apartment I've lived in, except for the one with Seek, that brief moment in time, and the one I'm currently in, because they both have central air. But it's fucking crazy how much hotter it gets inside than outside.
My apartment has central air, but I'm not even trying to flex here. It's so big to cool it all and to run central air all day would cost like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we didn't consider this when we first moved in, and we ran the central air like all day in August. We straight up got like a $550 electric bill. I was like, oh shit.
God damn. I mean, that's what we're still feeling this out. We haven't gotten in our first electric bill here yet. So we try our damnedest to only run it when we need it. And luckily, Culver City is kind of similar to Long Beach, where it's kind of close to the beach, so it's a little cooler than other parts of LA, especially the fucking Valley, Satan's Grundle, which I just left. But like right now, the central air is off, and we're just gonna ride it out and see how long we can let that last before turning it on. And then once we get that first electrical bill, then we kind of just go from there.
I'm doing the same thing.
You don't understand electric bills?
No. I don't understand not having the central air conditioning on all the time.
Is your electric bills, is it comparable to ours or mine?
Not even close.
Whoa.
Yeah, well.
My water, electric, and trash are all the same bill because it's all handled by Quakertown Borough. And it's consistently $260 a month. I have the central AC set at 70, and it has not turned off once it's gotten too hot. Been turned off since it's gotten too hot to have the windows open.
Oh, goddamn, Shuddy.
That's sick, dude.
It's going to get a little warmer now that I have another co-host with me.
Don't understand. I feel like, from what I've always been told, turning central AC on and off actually ends up costing more than letting it run.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case too. I'll report back to you in 2 weeks.
Because it's got to work. The temperature goes up to 86 degrees, and now it's got to work down. Like if you keep it, I'm just using 70 because that's where I keep it. It's got to work all the way to get it to 70 degrees throughout the entire apartment and then maintain it. Whereas if it just maintained it, it might have. That's what I've always been led to believe. And my father was so tyrannical about when the air conditioning could be turned on for the year that
I'm getting there. I'm hitting that
not
era of
me,
my life.
not me.
God
The
damn it,
second,
Cheech!
like,
Close the fridge door. What are you trying to refrigerate the whole neighborhood?
I'm like it's like April and it's going to be 80 degrees. I'm like, Sharon, I should turn on the air conditioner, right? She's like, it's only for one day. Deal with it.
Well, what I was kind of getting at when I first brought this up is the most frustrating part about this whole thing for me, I guess, besides the expensive electric bills, is the fact that my neighborhood is super nice and like it's nice outside. For whatever reason, my apartment just heats up, and Cheech's room is probably 3 degrees hotter than the rest of my apartment.
Fuck.
Like
Well,
I actually feel bad for him. Like he is
Do you have
he is
people above
going
you?
through it. Say that again?
Do you have neighbors above you?
No, I have one below me, but half of my
Oh, see, that's
apartment is over the garages. So
that's probably why you're probably just like at a position where the sun just beats down on it all day.
yeah, for
So
sure.
you've got the sun beating down on it all day. You're over the garage, you said?
Yeah,
So that's probably sweltering in there and hot air rises. Guarantee your floors are not insulated very well. So all that hot air is seeping up through the floor and you're getting baked by the sun. Like whenever we record, it's like the sun is coming directly in your window.
yeah, and
So that
Cheech's
heats up everything. And Cheech's room gets a lot of sun.
Cheech's room gets a lot of sun, and it's right above the dryer and washer. So you make another, like, kind of goes to your point.
So is that why?
Cheech is really fucked?
Is this why you're in your boxers for
Or is
Partially.
free air conditioning?
Partially. It is the cool down, and I'm wearing a hemp material shirt, my favorite shirt. It's just the most comfortable shit ever.
Stand up, show us your boxers. Is there a print on them?
Oh no, just regular baby blues.
Hold on, my penis is flopped out of the dick hole. I gotta put it away real quick.
Also, I don't need a lot of pants today. At least I haven't, because I've been in a 7-hour war with Spicy Steve, which is the name of an Italian sandwich that I ate last night. Has hot bell peppers, spicy Italian meats, 3 different kinds. I think spicy Italian, capicola, or capa. I don't know how to pronounce it. Whatever. And
Either is
I don't
acceptable.
know. Another one. I forget the third Italian meat, spicy Italian meat. Also has mayo, or not mayo. I get the mayo taken off, but garlic spread and mayo and provolone cheese, and it's fucking bomb. But
Do you think
it's on focaccia bread.
you really think that's what's causing your mud butt?
I think when you mix that with an IPA, a cigar, and then drink coffee the next day, I think the combination of all those elements could lead to some explosivity, which is what I've been dealing with.
Let me ask you, because like for a pasty wimpy white guy, I do surprisingly well with spicy foods. Obviously, I don't want to eat that stuff that's like, the label has like a donkey shooting fireballs out of its asshole. Like I'm not looking to melt my esophagus, but my mom was in town last week and we went somewhere. We went to this place, Kismet, which is this fucking bomb rotisserie chicken place. It's so fucking good. Sides
Is
are
that
excellent.
like Zanku?
A little bit. It's kind of Zanku-y, but they give you a little tub of garlic sauce and a little tub of chili oil. And the chili oil, like the first time we went there, since I can handle spicy stuff way better, I was like, all right, I'll be the test subject. And I dunked the chicken in it, ate it, and I was like, oh, it's not hot at all. It's actually a little on the sweeter side. This is actually quite delicious. And when I took my mom there, she was like, ooh, this looks spicy. I'm like, surprisingly, not spicy at all. She took a bite and she was like, oh. was like, what, are you fucking kidding me? It's like sweet. And
Wait,
it nuked her.
did she get a spicy batch
No.
or was she just being a pansy?
She's being a pansy.
All right, fair enough.
But like,
Sometimes you can get a spicy batch.
that's true. Kind of like a shishito pepper. But every time I've gotten that chili sauce, it's always been sweet with no heat. And when I do eat stuff that's spicy, because I fuck with spicy food. I love it. But it does wreak havoc on me. So I do pay for it. It doesn't burn on the way in, but it for sure burns on the way out. Were you suffering whilst eating this spicy Italian sandwich, or was it just easy breezy, no problem?
Oh no, I was enjoying myself. There was no issue at the time.
So all of this, what do you call it?
Since
Sticker shock?
4:30 a.m. on.
Is that what it's called? Sticker shock that you're now paying with your butt?
Shitter shock, really.
Very, very surprising to you.
It's not surprising. I mean, given all the things that I've ingested over the last, I don't know, day and a half. But I mean, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, your ass has a lot to say lately.
When was the last time you shit?
I'm shitting right now.
I don't know, like maybe an hour and 15 minutes ago. I shit like right before my editorial call.
And how often have the shits been coming? Are you going to have to run to the bathroom at some point before we're done recording today?
I had a tummy ache, which is why I smoked the bowl during the Easter egg. But otherwise, I think I'm good. I think I'm all right. So that's why I'm blaming being in just underwear partially on the weather, because I don't think I think I'm through it. I'm gonna have another one a little bit later, of course, but I think my shit storm is mostly past. I hope.
Well,
And
best of luck to
uncomfortable
you,
morning.
your bungus, and your toilet.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. I actually,
Yeah. My all right, what do you got to say? I was gonna complain about something else, but I'm gonna have to hear it.
I kind of like hearing Geoff Clark complain.
Well, my Saratoga trip
I'll
just
set you up with
continues
with
to
an
haunt
egg
my
timer.
life.
Why? What happened?
Avis, the rental car company that we got a car from that weekend, like didn't recognize that we returned the car and has charged us for like, I don't know, I guess the last 7 days. And Bill just got a bill for $1,800.
Oh,
And apparently they said 9,000 miles had been driven on it in the last week, which is that can't be right either. I mean, what did someone rent the car, drive across the country, and then back in 1 week, and then park it back
3
in
times.
Albany?
No, they would have to go back. It's
It's
3,000 each
right?
way.
Yeah.
So that's 3 trips
and that
across
is
country.
that is like, as somebody who has driven across the country, I did it in 3 days, and that was pushing it. That was with very limited sleep, no stopping except for meals and gas. And to my aunt's chagrin, absolutely 0 stops for sightseeing. And that was 3 days. So
It took me 2 weeks. I was like on the Oregon Trail. I killed a deer midway through.
I got dysentery, shit myself like it was a spicy Italian sandwich.
I mean,
broke
I went to a New
wagon
Orleans
wheel.
strip club.
Fording the river.
I toured the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Well, I mean, there's got to be some way to talk to a human and be like, you realize it's goddamn near impossible to do 9,000 miles in a week, right? Like, what are you guys trying to pull over me here?
Oh, my brother tried to talk to a human, and like every other fucking company, it is hard to talk to a human. And so the car, he filed a complaint or a dispute, has to wait 3 to 5 business days, and no one's returned his phone call. He can't get anyone on the phone.
Like,
And
how do they fuck this up? Like, how do they give that car to somebody else without it being checked in? I mean,
right.
unless there's some shenanigans going on.
I mean, it feels like there has to be shenanigans going on.
Yeah, they
It's
trying to
like
scam you.
it's like the Ferris Bueller
Yeah.
situation. like you turn the keys over to the guy at the Avis rental car spot, and he instead of parking the car, he just went on a road trip with it. He's like, "Fuck
He,
these guys."
he told us to leave to park it in a parking lot or a parking spot that said Avis on it, and he said leave the keys in the car. And maybe he just took the car and
Yeah,
drove across the country a few times in a week. Like it doesn't that doesn't that's what I'm saying. As I say it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense that they would give the car to someone who would drive it 9,000 miles and then them never go into the system. So I guess what I'm getting at is the only explanation is that Avis is trying to rob us. That's how I'm taking this.
and it's Bill's credit card that's on file.
Yeah. So rob Bill, and maybe we'll pay him back. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like it feels like an inside job. It feels personal. Like how the fuck could this happen? $1,800?
Yeah, something is happening rapidly before our eyes, I think. Like this just
Is it rapid? Because Kevin, we have been cheering for the person suing a company for stupid reasons for years.
I know,
Like,
but it
this is
seems
why
like
we
it's
do this.
it seems like it's getting so much worse. Like
I knew it. I knew it would.
I'm hearing these stories like endlessly. It's just you look at the fucking profits all these big companies are making, and like I just got an email saying that oh, there are changes coming to your HBO Max account, and I'm like, oh god, now what? And it was just like, this is what you're currently getting with the amount you pay every month, and here's what you're gonna be getting next month. And of course, it was less. It's like every single place is charging more to give you less, and it's like, at what point do the masses reach their breaking point?
Yeah, it's like everything's getting more and more expensive, and these companies are finding a way to keep the money rolling in. And we, as like consumers, have no ability to like cushion the blow on our end. We're just fucked.
Yeah,
Like we just get fucked in the ass.
yeah, fucking
Fucking
crazy.
need Ralph Nader, baby. Yeah, dude, it's brutal. And then, so yeah, and I'm still beefing with Southwest trying to get better than $100 vouchers. Like you costed us a day of work. We had to get a fucking hotel room for another day. I sent them the Avis receipt, and they're like, "Well, this doesn't look right. How did you stayed for another day? How are they charging you $1,800?" And I'm dealing with that battle on my end through Twitter because that's the best way to reach Southwest. Of course, it's through Twitter. It's fucking ridiculous. Like you call
So
them and it's really difficult. You email them, it's impossible. But Twitter, they'll fucking talk to you all day.
Yeah, publicly shaming seems to be the only way that for a few years now you've been able to get any sort of customer support, which is fucking crazy. You
Yeah,
basically have to publicly go Karen.
which was my girlfriend's suggestion at the time, and she doesn't even have Twitter. She was just like, the best thing for you to do is go on Twitter because she's on like Reddit. So her thing is Reddit, so she follows all these like informative and like good subreddits, but she like knows some tricks
Like
about
wet melons,
certain shit. What's up?
like wet melons.
I don't want to talk about that Reddit.
I
I am no.
I unsubscribed to that years ago.
I subscribed to that a while ago, Kevin. Don't do that to me, you son of a bitch. All right, we got to talk about why you're in the fucking room you're in. Don't fucking throw me under the bus here. But anyway, so she has some like fucking tricks up her sleeve based on her like Reddit knowledge, and one of them was it's actually easier to get a hold of travel companies on Twitter by publicly shaming them than it is to go through customer service. She was
I
right.
don't think it's just them. Like, so Draven AMC Stubs A plus or A list, whatever the fuck it's called, lapsed because the credit card expired, and so they automatically canceled it, and they don't let you resubscribe to the A list for 6 months from your cancellation date.
Oh my God. Man.
So Saturday, like we've been waiting, we've been paying full price for tickets for him for the last few months. Today is the day that he can finally resubscribe, but we went to see Alien Romulus on Saturday and we tried to get it straightened out. Our choices were to message AMC on Twitter or on Facebook Messenger to talk to somebody live.
Wow.
And so we went the Facebook Messenger route, and it was one of those AI automated things until we put the wrong answer in, and they're like, we'll get you over to somebody. They'll respond to you within 4 hours.
They didn't respond choose your own adventure.
They didn't respond until we were already sitting in the theater watching the fucking movie.
Yeah, I feel like every single, it might not even be like anything us as, mass consumers can do anything about. Because they're just like every single major corporation right now could change their slogan to, what the fuck are you going to do about it? And they're right. What the fuck are we going to do about it? But I think all it would take is one genius
revolution
with a little bit of startup cash to be like, hey, this is a company where we won't fuck you in the ass. Come on over, try us out.
Yeah, but then they realize how fun it is to fuck people in the ass
and profitable. I mean, look at what happened with Uber. Remember when Uber was like zero tipping, no tipping whatsoever. You went out for drinks with friends. You had a little too many. You don't want to drive home. Use this app. A car will come and pick you up and take you home, and it'll cost you like $6. And it was like the greatest thing in the world. And then their prices
wait a second. What? Wait a second. They never costed us $6.
I remember
to get chauffeured around LA. Never.
I swear to God. The first time I ever used Uber, it was kind of like you talking about like Venmo. I'm like, yeah, whatever this new fucking stupid thing is.
You make it sound like Uber's in the 80s.
Dude, I swear, my jaw hit the floor one time because somebody was like, let's just call an Uber. And when I saw like the final price, I was like, get the fuck out of here. This is way cheaper than a cab. You don't have to tip. This rules. And then the price just skyrocketed. And then they're like, oh, well, you want an Uber now? Well, other people do too. So it's going to charge you like $90. And it's like, what the fuck? You ever go to McDonald's when it's busy and they want $50 for a Big Mac? No, because the prices stay the fucking same. Like they just lure you in and then they pull your pants down and you think you're getting a beej, but nope, you're getting a boofoo.
Wow, well said. Have you heard of Waymo?
I haven't. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Oh no, buddy. I was listening. They talked about it in the Bill Simmons podcast. He mentioned how his son downloaded the Waymo app and now does Waymos, and they're self-driving Ubers. And,
you know what?
An Uber they don't even need a human. The car picks you up.
I have heard of these because I saw a news story in San Francisco where the Waymos all pull into a parking lot at 4 a.m. and they think they're going to hit each other, so they just all honk. And it's just these cars like trying to drive around and self-park into these parking spots. And it's like a parking lot that's surrounded by apartments. So like all the neighbors are being woken up at 4 a.m. at these fucking cars honking at each other because one is getting too close to it, trying to self-park in the lot at the end of the night.
I told everyone that. I told the Puminati this. This was in San Francisco. I told the Puminati this when I first visited San Francisco. It is hell on earth. It has to be the worst city in America. It has to be the worst. You do not want to go to San Francisco. They have, dude, that was one of the funnier news stories I've seen recently. I'm so happy you brought that up. And they have a video of it. These fucking cars.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Nearly running into each other and honking at each other. And you have
self-driving cars honk?
Yeah, because if they're on the road with regular cars and a regular car almost hits them, they have to honk the horn.
So they can't self-identify. This is another car that doesn't have a driver, so honking is
So
pointless.
no, they cannot. And they just got this. You have like people that live around there. They're like, we really wish it would stop. We have no one that we can complain to. We don't know what to do.
I would just put on like a disguise, run down there, and just start popping all the tires.
This is not a
Yeah,
good video.
and then you'll catch charges for vandalism.
Not me, because I'm
And
wearing
you'll
my
be
Shuddy Boy disguise. They're gonna get Shuddy for it. Wearing my Shuddy Boy Mission Impossible mask.
Look at Richard Nixon popping all the tires.
We got to get him. Get like that hyper realistic Kim Jong Un mask, and like Kim Jong Un has snuck into the United States and is popping Waymo tires in San Francisco. He looks really happy while doing it.
They're going to use their fucking Uber money to actually investigate and discover it was you. Then you're going to be charged with vandalizing 50 fucking cars. Look at this. They're just beeping at each other. This poor guy is just like, what the fuck, man? Like,
I spent $4 million to live in this closet, and now I got cars honking.
for sure, dude. He's like, we don't even know who to complain to. I'm telling you, San Francisco is the worst. It's the fucking worst. Oakland could be tough too. I don't know. It's a more ghetto version of San Francisco. That sounds bad. It sounds really bad.
So everything is now like the move is officially complete.
It doesn't look like it.
Well, the unpacking and getting things situated is definitely not complete, but
you're in a room that's Geoff level bare.
Yeah, except for the floors.
Oh man.
Look at all this shit.
Oh, so yeah, you're still going through it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just because we haven't figured out like the shelving situation yet, and I'm making piles of like books and graphic novels to get rid of. So I'm gonna start shipping those out. Well, driving those out somewhere and getting rid of them, and then just whatever is left, and like these are the ones I want to keep. Find some sort of shelving solution, because those big tall ones that I used to have in my old place, those big black IKEA ones, those things are made for books and not graphic novels, which if you fill a shelf with books, that's one weight. If you fill a shelf with graphic novels, it's like 10 times heavier. So they were always just fucking collapsing and falling apart. So, Steph moved out. Oh, pardon me. Carl moved out of her place, and, she has a lot of friends in that community. So they did like a cookout thing in the common area as like a goodbye party,
or as black people would call it, a barbecue.
Yeah, either or.
Were you invited to the barbecue?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't get the invite. Too bad, huh?
Well,
I guess I don't live there, so whatever.
Yeah, it was me and Carl, and then a whole bunch of people that live there, dog people. So,
mama.
This. We were she was like, yeah, we'll get some patties, we'll grill up some burgers and stuff, and we'll get some booze, and we'll all just hang out in the gazebo by the pool, and have a nice send off. And it was sort of like a potluck, so people brought other food, and she kept saying that like this one woman was going to be handling the grill and cooking out all the burgers.
Womaning the grill.
I was just like, all right, well, I have no opposition to that. But then it became clear that
you said you could do it better. That would have been awesome.
There was no one volunteering for the grill, so I feel like it's really bad optics if the boyfriend comes to the going away party and is just sitting in the corner playing Game Boy while somebody else futzes around with the grill. So I was just like, I'll do it. And then in my head, I'm like, how many times have I ever manned the grill? How is this going to work?
I'll be honest. As you explained it, I kind of was interested in what those optics would be.
Bad. They would not be good.
It would be.
Because like I've met most of the people there, but some of them I hadn't. So that would have been a pretty shitty first impression.
So it was all chicks, or you couldn't throw a dude under the bus?
I don't think there were many dudes that were there for like the long haul from like start to finish. So I was just like, oh, I'll chip in. I'll do my part. And at that point, I was just like, it has been a very, very, very long time since I was the one on the grill. And it usually plays out like it does at Korean barbecue, where I start throwing stuff on there and somebody looks over and they're like, all right, this fucking idiot's in way over his head. They slap my wrist, take the spatula out of my hand, and nudge me out of the way.
Yeah,
Was Carl's
you
mom
are
there?
not.
No.
It's usually an Asian woman who just takes over the grill. All right, give me this.
I mean, you are a self-professed you're not good at cooking per your own.
That is true. And also when it comes to like meat and stuff, that's where like my colorblindness kind of is a factor because it's hard for me to tell when things are done. So I have a tendency to overcook things just to be on the safe side. And when the first burger started going out, I was like, oh, shit. And I'm like watching people eat them from like in between the spokes of the gazebo. And I'm like, are they going to fucking be grossed out? Are they going to take a bite and be like, oh, what the fuck? But I looked and that first batch, people were just eating it and continuing on with the conversation. I'm like, all right, well, I couldn't have fucked it up that bad. So I just stayed and I made burgers for the whole crew. And I was like kind of like getting into it. I'm like, oh, it's kind of like when like my first pit hair started to sprout. I'm like, oh, I'm becoming a man. So, I'm it's now going just like a well-oiled machine. I'm just like, bam, 6 burgers went out, 6 more patties go on, getting a nice little char on the buns. And then it was becoming so routine. I was looking down at the packet of cheese because I got this thing of cheese at Costco, which kind of like my first time navigating a Costco and rather than just being along for the ride. And I think it is worth to pay more and just go to a supermarket than deal with the bullshit that comes with Costco.
Dude, I have my lady bought me a Sam's Club membership like I don't even know how many months ago, and I'm like too afraid to go there alone.
It's overwhelming.
Can't go.
God.
It takes you like
Yeah,
45 minutes.
terrifying.
It takes 45 minutes for a parking spot to open up that you get before someone else snags it at the last second. Then it's just like so fucking crowded. And, I'm looking at the list of things I got to buy, and I'm asking employees, and they're like, oh, it's all the way over there. And I go to the other end of Costco in some fucking dark corner where I have to solve a Minotaur's riddle. And then the thing's not there, and then I find a person. I'm like, hey, where's this thing? And they're like, oh, that's back in that other far corner. And then I'm fucking bouncing around. It sucks. I hate it. It fucking sucks.
Dude, that's how I feel about Target too. I have shitty cell phone service, so I can't even like be on my phone. I'm just like stuck in this fucking iron dungeon full of things. Like I think they sell like couches.
I feel like that's what Target should change their like logo to, an iron dungeon full of things.
Yeah, it's just like I was like, I think they had couches at Sam's Club. I'm like, what the fuck? How can I get Uncrustables and a couch in the same place?
Yeah. I mean, by the checkout, like where the impulse items go, there was like a fucking SUV. I'm like, who just comes to fucking Costco to buy milk in bulk and is like, you know what? I'll take that SUV as well while I'm here.
I mean, their cupcake and meat situation's on point, though. I'll tell you that.
They had some dope TVs.
You got to know your way around.
There were dope TVs.
My parents have a membership to BJ's Wholesale Club, and they have come home with some ridiculous shit. Like they bought like a gazebo for the backyard, and like those stand-up propane heaters. Like
the heat mushrooms. Hell yeah,
man. Those are cool.
Well. I forgot where I was even going. Oh, so I'm looking down at the cheese while grilling, and I reached up to close the grill lid, and instead of grabbing the handle because I wasn't looking, I actually just grabbed the fucking actual metal of it and closed the lid that way. And it was one of those things like when you get like seared by a 500-degree piece of metal. It takes
a minute.
Yeah, it takes like a split second to realize what's happening. And here I am thinking I grabbed the handle. So I'm like, why am I in searing intense pain right now? And my body went through the whole motion of just grabbing that thing with my bare hands and closing the lid. and like it actually looks better today than I thought it would. But there is like a little bit of blister action going. So I had to
Yeah, I
I was
spend
see
gonna
it
ask
on the ring finger,
if
right?
you
yeah.
if you got cocky and flew too close to the sun and you really did melt yourself.
I did a little bit. Yeah. I mean the tips of my fingers cuz I grabbed it with all four, they kind of feel like sandpaper right now. But
Well,
like
now's the time to rob a bank or something when you've melted your
I know.
fingerprints off.
It's time for a fucking crime spree.
Yeah.
But
Make
yeah.
sure you do the other hand though, or you don't touch anything with the hand that still has the fingerprints.
Yeah, I'll fuck that up. I'm just going to say to my life of no crime. But like I had to spend the whole rest of the barbecue like holding bags of ice, or there was a water fountain that just had like ice cold water coming out of it. So I just kept like running my hand under it, and then I would get like 10 seconds of release, and then be like, ow, ow, and I'd run back and fucking. But I will say, burns aside, I think I did okay. I think I did well. Carl's been getting texts from
How
people today saying, thank you and thank your boyfriend for making such good burgers. I was like, man, good burgers. Everybody must really like their burgers well done, because I think anybody who is like a cookout, barbecue, grill enthusiast would have been like, you should, like, every grill should have a restraining order from you.
I mean, but they're thin patties, I'm assuming, right?
They were like,
were they frozen? Were they frozen patties?
they were
to start
frozen
with?
and they were like third pounders, so they were a little bigger.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
fair enough.
frozen. It's impossible. I mean, if you make one of those frozen patties rare, they're soggy in the middle. Like those, almost you have to cook them to medium well at least for them to be
Absolutely.
edible. So if you were making burgers from fresh meat and you did that, then maybe they'd look at you sideways. But frozen patties, medium well to well, that's typical.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, you mostly got to cook those things just through. You just cook them.
Yeah,
So, were you using any type of seasoning on your burgers,
salt and
on
pepper.
your meats?
Salt
All
and
right,
pepper.
nice and simple. For us, like, yeah.
Yeah, I went full cracker with it. Hope you guys
I
are
mean,
ready for a flavor explosion. I put salt and pepper on these bitches.
I think that's all Gordon would recommend. Just keep it simple.
Yeah. What the fuck did you put on here? Cumin?
Did anyone cry at Carl's going away?
No, but
Party?
it was a little
How long has she
emotional
been
towards
there?
the end. About 5 years.
Mm.
And then everybody was like, "Oh, we're so sad you're leaving." And then I'm just sitting there and I'm like, "Ah, fuck, I'm the reason she's leaving. I feel a little guilty."
Also, isn't she like really kind of moving in the neighborhood?
Yeah, well, I
Like,
mean, we're
how far
only
is she moving away?
3 miles away. Less than 3
Oh,
miles.
well,
45 minutes.
Exactly.
in LA distance, that's pretty much another world.
But in all honesty, I was fully prepared to, find a unit in that same development, because that place is really fucking nice, and the people there are really nice, and it's gated, but it's got like so much like, vegetation, plant life and shit. It's fucking cool. It's a really nice place. So, but I mean, we're gonna be going back there, and it's like we're only 3 miles away. If you want have a night where all your friends come over and have drinks, like, the fuck do I care? I like having people over. As antisocial
What's that
as I
movie
am.
with Paul Rudd and Jason Segel,
Oh,
where
I love you, man.
you come with your root beer floats? Yeah. You come with the root beer floats.
I think that movie might be one of the reasons behind my hesitancy to fart in front of significant others. Because, do you remember that part in the beginning when they're at like an open house and he's like, "See that guy over
Yeah.
there? Watch him. That guy's going to fart." He's like, he took this girl here to kind of like show off, but they don't know each other that well. And like right when the girl he's with walks away, he like looks around and then like stands up and lifts a cheek a little bit. He's like, "Right there. That's the fart. That's the fart."
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Dude, that movie is, I can't believe I forgot the name of that movie. It was a good movie.
It is a good movie.
I've only seen it once.
You have a soundbite for that movie, don't you? Or a button?
No, that's from oh god, it's like Wonderlust.
Wanderlust.
Wanderlust. Yeah.
Wanderlust with Malin Ackerman, right?
Yeah.
You gonna take that dick? You gonna take that dick, huh?
Uh, I thought it was I love you, man.
Get it up in your vag with my dick. With my dick.
So is that your permanent recording studio? What
Yes.
was the decision on that?
So initially, I thought it was going to be, you know how in the last 13 years, it's been that big giant dinner table.
Nice center table.
Yeah. So I kind of thought that that was going to be like central here, and it would just be a studio. And then as the move got closer, there was the discussion of, where is the bed going to go? And I was like, oh, okay. So no longer studio, guest room. And I was like going over in my head, I'm like, all right, how can I make this fit? And I do have that like big, that like desk that I had in my bedroom since I moved to LA. And I was like, all right, I think I can fit all of the equipment on that, which I did. But yeah, I guess anytime going forward, if Shuddy's in town or on those rare occasions where we have like an in-studio guest, it's going to have to be this setup is going to have to be moved into the living room for a show.
They're not going to have an in-studio guest sit on the bed.
I don't think I will.
What's that pillow that looks like a person?
Oh, that was actually a gift given to me last night. That is a promotional pillow for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Here, I'll give you an up-close demonstration.
Is that Nick Cage?
That is Nick Cage or John Madden.
Or Pedro Pascal. Kind of looks like it could be Pedro Pascal from a distance, but that wouldn't make as much sense.
It looks like with the way Kevin is stroking it, it changes.
Yeah, see? All gold sequins, and then you rub it the other way.
And it's Nick.
And it's Nick Cage.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got very excited when I saw this. And
Who gave that to you again?
One of Carl's friends. One of her neighbors.
It's a very thoughtful gift.
Yeah. It's like an official promotional item for the movie.
It's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
All right, guest bedroom. I know where I'm crashing if I get fucked up in Culver City.
Yeah. I mean, and it does kind of make sense. It's like, we're both paying rent on a 2-bedroom apartment, and it is a little selfish to just claim an entire fucking room and be like, my shit.
For sure. But are you using the coffee table or the kitchen table as a kitchen table?
Well, probably not, because once all the stuff got... So I had, in my place, I had that couch, that gray couch, the love sack.
Sir, you cannot lose that kitchen table. You need to keep that.
So Carl has the same exact setup, the same amount of pieces, the same color. And we always kind of talked like one day when we move in together, we can make Super Couch. And I can happily report that Super Couch has been constructed. It's fucking glorious. It is fantastic. And it's like on the weekends.
But now there's no room for a dining room table.
That is true. Yeah, there is no room for a dining room table because of Super Couch.
The whole living room is a couch.
Yep. Yeah.
You just, as soon as you open the door, you just jump onto a couch.
Oh, yeah. And then when it's done, when we're done watching TV, we just jump in our new gigantic bed. It's like this entire place is just a bed.
It's
Everything
a good
is
cushion.
bed. It's great. It's
you gotta
fucking
crawl
awesome.
to the bathroom.
Yeah,
crawl across the couch.
You know how we made like, in my place, it was like L-shaped. So if you're sitting on one end, you could put your feet up. It's got like the ottoman. So we doubled that. There's 2 of those next to each other. So it's basically just like a fucking queen-size bed that we just lay on and have all the room in the world when we watch TV. And then there's like a couple more spaces. And then on the other end by the wall, another fucking extendo thing. So it is just
And then on the other end is the refrigerator.
yeah. Because Carl also works from home, so she has to have her setup. So she's got her work desk in the living room. So between super couch, the work desk, and then I think I told where I did the podcast before we did MasterChef this week. Those last 2 episodes I did on that big, floating island cutting board surface. So that thing came with the apartment. Can't really do anything with that. And that plus the kitchen table is just, there's just no room. So we have to figure out what the fuck we're going to do with it, because it's not exactly like you can throw a dining room kitchen in the trash. And it got a little beat up, unfortunately. Like after that leak happened and it like ruined my equipment, and I had to, I used to have like a padding that went under the tablecloth so all the equipment wouldn't damage the table, but that got soaked through with like nasty ass sealing water. Was that Lil Mama?
You heard that? Oh.
She's sleeping. She's making dolphin noises, sleeping, isn't she?
Yeah,
like she's asleep. She's dreaming.
Whoa,
Mom,
she's
a weird bitch.
A hell of a dream.
So why don't you just put the kitchen table outside on the curb and like write on a piece of paper free, and someone will probably take it. You'll see some like homeless guy riding a bicycle with this thing strapped to his back.
Or just calling all of his friends over and they have like a candelabra lit on it.
They're playing cards on the fucking the kitchen table. Dude, that's a nice kitchen table. Bums me out you're going to lose that, but
yeah.
I don't know. I can't even help you out. Like, I have enough room for it, but I don't want to drive down there
exactly
and pick it up.
Like, even if somebody wants it, you need to like, I don't even know if it's pickup truck ready. You would need like a boxcar. You'd have to go and fucking rent a U-Haul.
Yeah,
well, the legs do come off of it.
No, not this one.
My brother and his girlfriend got a dining room set at an estate sale, and her family, like, my brother was against going to like garage sales, moving sales, yard sales, estate sales, but like his girlfriend grew up doing that, and so did my mom actually, and her mom was all about it, and they talked my brother into going. He's like, we actually found a fucking sick table at this estate sale, and like, I am proud to admit it. Like, it was a good move. It's like, damn, shout out to you. Unfortunately, I know it doesn't sound like you have enough things to put on an estate sale. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah,
wait
have
a
you
second.
seen all this shit when I just tilted the camera over?
Yeah. Why don't you just do an estate sale, bro?
I mean, I could. I just don't want to fucking deal with people.
And that sounds so nice, because let's be real. It was probably like a garage sale. So you could just call it an estate sale, and that's way different.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Then you'd be dealing with people that will be like, "Oh, I see it's listed for this price. What if I give you $2? Oh, I don't have any way to transport this. Can you fucking have it delivered?" I'm dealing with so many fucking chodes on like OfferUp trying to sell things. Like, so many people like message you and I'm interested and I'll come pick it up, and then they ghost you, and then people are like talking it up and are like, "Yeah, I'll come pick it up tonight," and then they're like, "All right, I'll give you 30% of what you're asking for it." And it's like, I will set this fucking thing on fire in protest, and I'll send you pictures of the ashes rather than sell it to you for fucking 30% of what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's like they sold their business partners. Like, actually, counter offer.
Yeah, like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm already selling it at like, that's because like I put stuff on the cheaper side so it catches people's eye, and then they still want more off. Yeah, God damn it. But anyway, who gives a fuck about that? Speaking of movies, I believe we all went and saw the same thing this past weekend. Correct?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have the same review too.
I highly doubt that.
Actually, I'm not even good at reviews. Do you guys post your letterbox Z scores on? We're talking about Alien and Romulus, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I just
Nice.
posted mine a little while ago. I had the stew on it.
Nice.
See, I wanted to post I forgot to do it, but I wanted to put an Instagram story up and be like, Alien Romulus was sick, and just put a picture of Kieran Culkin from Succession. But I was like, I don't. People probably won't get that joke.
Yeah. Kind of
Good call,
narrows
right?
your audience.
Yeah. But
But
it looks like Shuddy Boy and I are on the same page. I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say Geoff is not on the same page as us.
yeah, probably not. I mean, what was your guys' scores, or how did you feel about it? Because I think it's like kind of gay. It wasn't really gay. Say kind of gay.
I thought it was fucking awesome.
I really enjoyed it.
I'll go part gay and say that I will suck 3 Alien Romulus dicks. I almost did the Carl conversion, 6 out of 10. I don't know why. Brain fart there. But
consulted your trapper.
I give it
keeper?
3 out of 5. It's like I feel like there's only so many times you can go back to, we can't leave this person behind. There's only so many times you can do that move. And they kept doing it over and over again. And it had me thinking, if I ever go on a mission with the homies, I'm gonna see to it that we all agree not to go back for if one of us goes missing.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. It is a plot device used in tons and tons of movies, and it will continue to be used in tons and tons of movies going forward. But if you think about it, like, I remember watching movies as a kid and being like, you know, when someone's like, you're watching a zombie movie and someone's mom gets bitten and they're like, no, don't shoot her. And they're like, yeah, what are you talking about, you fucking idiot? Your mom's a zombie now. She's over. Shoot her. Kill her. Get it over with. But it's like, I've started trying to put myself, like, as realistically as I can picture myself in that situation. And it's like, I don't know, what if there's like a 1% chance they find a cure for zombies and I shot my mom in the head? I don't know if I can do it. Like if somebody that was very important in my life was in a situation and it's like they're still alive now, but chances are they're going to die. It's like, could I just be that cold and callous and be like, fuck them. They'll be dead by the time we get there, or we'll die too. And then the rest of my life, if I survived, I'd be like, oh man, I just let fucking Carl die by an alien. I could have. There was a chance. What if I could have saved her? Fuck. So I kind of see why people in movies do like fight the odds and like, all right, I'm probably going to die too, but I got to go back for my friend.
I'm just saying you can only play that card like once or twice, and it feels like they played it several times.
Yeah, I would say, because I thought it was fucking great. I loved it. I'll jump straight ahead. I gave it 4.5 dicks.
So did I. And even though my experience started off on the wrong foot.
Oh yes, I remember your text. But like, I don't know. I think it had potential to be a 5-dicker because there weren't a ton of characters in it. So I think a higher body count would have helped it along, and a dash more ultra violence would have been nice. But outside of that, like, I really like Kaylee Spaney. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but I thought she kicked ass in Priscilla. I thought she kicked ass in Civil War. She was awesome in Mayor of Easttown. I really like her as an actor, and I think her as like the lead of an Alien franchise, despite the fact that she's so tiny. I did enjoy her as the lead. I thought the aesthetic of the movie was fucking sick. Like, I loved how retro futuristic all the tech looked. Like, it looked like
I did appreciate that it looked like it was straight out of the earlier Alien movies. They didn't update any of it.
Yeah. And I thought that was sick. And like, I don't know. I thought the score was done really well. I think the cinematography kicked ass. I think like just the whole, like, the production value, like the set decoration, all the sets look so fucking cool. I was in from the beginning. Like, just the way they designed the spaceships and like the little devices that they carry, like, everything was fucking sick. I could have used subtitles because they had some pretty cockneyed motherfuckers on this mining planet for some reason. Like, oh, give me, oh, see your alien over there, so Jimmy off these flibbity flops. I was like, all right, I didn't understand that entire conversation that just happened.
Yeah, that guy's drooling. What is he saying?
The Andy robot reminded me so much of the android from Raised by Wolves on HBO.
Oh, see, I couldn't unsee Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, now that you mention it, I'm not going to be able to unsee that anymore.
He really looked like Tyler, the Creator.
That's a one thing I will never hate on movies going back to is just how evil these fucking machines can be and these robots. Can't trust these fucking robots. Yeah, of course they're company men. Go figure. Waymo.
I'm trying to think. Was the only good android or non-problematic android in every Alien movie, was it just Lance Henriksen?
What is that? Who is that? For the people who don't know at home.
He was the android in Aliens.
He was a good guy, right?
I think so.
Yes.
I don't think he ever had any slip ups of like, this machine is being a little too I don't know, using too much critical thinking and like, all right, we'll kill this human just to save a couple others.
Well, technically, how do we feel about Arnold Schwarzenegger in T2?
I think we were just talking about the Alien franchise specifically, Geoff.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant every robot in a movie. Because I'm down with that take. But I do think there are a few bad apples, though.
I really liked the way they did the face huggers. I think the face huggers have never looked creepier. And like the way how spidery they were, I was like, ugh. Like I was getting chills from those.
The only monster design that I took any exception with was the last one.
Is that the one with the guy had the grill, the same grill as Kanye West?
He kind of looked
like the silver teeth, the platinum teeth.
He looked like he had Marfan syndrome.
I have to Google Marfan. How do you spell that?
Marfan.
No, let him. We should have let him try.
Geoff's good at spelling stuff. Remember?
Yeah, I am, but I would have had Marfan like a Vietnamese person. Marphan fan. All right, Marfan syndrome is a rare genetic disorder that affects the body's connective tissues, which supports organs and maintains the body structure.
Sometimes it makes people
look like terrible.
Well, are there any pictures accompanying it? Because it kind of makes people look like a Bob's Burger character. It's just all like neck, mouth. Oh man, we're gonna have to cut this out of the video feed.
Oh, are we?
Yeah,
no,
this is blurred dangerously.
Those are blurred?
Yeah.
They didn't look blurred to me.
Yeah.
Google owns YouTube, can't they? Isn't it cool? Why can't we just show Google images? That's on their own. That's their own shit to police.
Yeah, this keeps showing body stuff, but more I was thinking more Marfan of the face for that creature at the end. Yeah, Carl had the same thing. She did not like the design of that final creature, but I thought it was kind of cool and creepy.
No, the only issue I had with that, other than not being able to get nachos, was that creature design at the end. Like I said something to Draven, I'm like, really, this is the bad guy they're ending it on. Like that could have been so much gnarlier, but it had very much like I was let down by it a little bit.
Speaking of your nachos, at Cinemark, they have some deal with Pizza Hut where they sell Pizza Hut pan pizzas. I sent you guys a picture of this.
Oh yeah,
at the movie theater.
I got very happy when I saw that.
Stupid.
I now have a craving to eat one of these at the movie theater. I was expecting them to be a lot more expensive than they were too. My buy price on it was $15, which I thought was fair, obviously. Turns out they're only $13. It's like, you know what? I can do that. Is it expensive? Yes, but that's not completely out of line when you consider movie theater prices.
Did you pull the trigger? Did you get a pan pizza for Alien Romulus?
No, because I literally just ate beforehand. But like
Uh,
now that it registered to me that they had these, because I've been going to the theater for a while, I feel like they don't have these during discount movie night. And we went Thursday last week. Discount movie night is Tuesday. But now that I know this, I'm not going to eat next time before I go to this theater. I'm going to get a personal pan pizza.
look, if they had them at AMC's where I have my stubs, which is weird because
Yeah.
Shuddy, when you were talking about Draven's thing getting disrupted because of a credit card change, I think that same thing happened to me, and I was able to just hop back in without skipping a beat. It's weird that they fucked him over.
They did it to me too. But I fixed mine a couple months ago,
Yeah.
and I was able to chat directly with somebody, and they're like, "We'll make an exception, and we'll let you renew it now,
Oh my
but
god.
it's 6 months."
They should be able to tell whether you're somebody who just wants to because it is like the craziest deal in the world. The only way AMC could be making money off that is if they're counting on a majority of those people subscribing and then forgetting that they have it and never going to the movies.
Well, I haven't gone. We've gone to the movies very sparingly the last couple of months, so I've been paying it and have been using it maybe once a month. So they have been making out on it.
Because I go to the movies once or twice a week, and I'm like, it is a fucking huge money saver for me because they also give you all those you randomly get these $5 rewards, and sometimes I'll forget and check them, and I'm like, oh, Carl, tonight we feast like royalty, and I just load the order up, and I'm like, oh, the order came to $55. Hold on a second, let me open the app. Bink, 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 bink. That'll be $0.
Man,
But
you must really look like a fucking badass.
oh yeah, I make sure to put my sunglasses on first before I do that.
I'm a VIP. Throw on the shades, get on the app.
Yep. But
That's
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shuddy.
I was going to say the first time that I got in the A-list line for the concession stand where they take you in front of everybody else, I felt like such a douchebag. But now it's like almost like I expect to be treated better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I would like some free
Yes.
samples while I'm waiting in line.
I think what happened this time was like they took somebody from the regular line when I was up. Draven and I were up next, and I looked at Draven. I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck just happened? Why didn't we get taken?" Like I was shocked and appalled.
Yeah, they do kind of go back and forth between the normies and the VIPs, which it's like, hey, what am I fucking paying for over here? You
it's
taking
like-
these peasants?
Sounds like TSA pre-check. Would
I
you
hate
say
when
the
they do
A
that.
plus rewards is worth it? Getting to cut the line most of the time.
I mean, it's $23 a month, and you can see 3 movies a week. So
It's
I
a
just-
fucking baller move.
if you go twice a month, you've already paid for it because it's good on any of the screens. So IMAX, Dolby, 3D.
Yeah.
There's only a few special things that they don't allow it for.
Well,
Can you reserve seats through Fandango with your rewards app or your rewards card?
I don't know.
You
I don't know why
reserve
you
your
would.
seats through the AMC app.
Oh, I didn't even know they had one of those. Damn, you guys are kind of selling me on this. But I'm not going to watch as much movies come football season, so it's not even for me.
So what
So
was
you
Yeah, but
your
both
again,
suck.
you just have to go to 2 movies a month to make out on it.
pretty much? And then you get those rewards and shit. The $5 off coupons that just pile up. But I mean, back to the movie. So, Geoff, what did you not enjoy about it? What hurt the score for you?
Just kind of thought it was a little longer than it needed to be and a little boring. Like it was a one trick pony that was done over and over and over again. And I
The
kind of
one
knew
trick?
how it was going to.
Were you with the one trick pony? Is that the someone's stranded and we have to go help them?
Yeah. Yeah. But it was also it relied a lot on jump scares, which were good.
Yeah.
I will give it that. And like you said, the little alien things, the
Facehuggers?
face suckers,
Yeah.
those things were fucking creepy and unsettling in a good way. So that's where I give, and the foundation of the story is solid. It's something I'm into. I don't hate the exploratory mission or they were trying to get off their planet, right? That was like the goal of the whole
Yeah.
original trip before they got detoured.
They were like essentially indentured
Indentured
slaves
sir.
of the Wayland Yutani group.
No
And
shit.
like the timeline of Alien Romulus is between Alien and Aliens. So I was almost wondering, I mean, it's kind of stupid to wonder this out loud right now because I'm sure I could have Googled it, but I was wondering if the movie starts with them on like a mining colony, and I was wondering if that's the mining colony that they go to in Aliens, which would have been
Honestly,
a cool tie-in.
I've only seen Alien and Aliens once a piece,
Oh,
maybe
dang.
twice on Alien. And well, I don't even know the other ones that I've seen. There's Alien 1, 2, 3, and then Resurrection, or is third
Yes.
Resurrection?
No, three
No,
was
Aliens.
it was like Aliens to the third power for the third one.
And then
The first one I ever saw was Resurrection.
Really?
That was, and I remember it was a big deal because my dad took me to the theater to see it, and that was the first in the franchise that I had seen.
I mean, the franchise had just heavy fucking hitters coming in. Like the first movie is Ridley Scott, second movie James Cameron, third movie David Fincher, and fourth movie like a bit of a deep cut, but this French director Jean-Pierre Jeunet, who did like Amélie and City of Lost Children and Delicatessen. So it was
listen, you cook.
it was crazy how like they just jumped from like these just fucking like legendary directors for each one. But this guy, he directed this and wrote it with his like writing partner Fede Alvarez. He did the Evil Dead remake that was like in 2013 or 2014, and I remember seeing that in the theater and being like, "Wow, that was fucking nasty. That was kind of cool." And then seeing people bitching about it, like, "Oh, not my Evil Dead." Blah, blah, blah. And then when Evil Dead Rise came out, people were like, "Fuck that movie. That one, that Fede Alvarez remake was way better." And I'm like, "Oh, so now everybody's like hot on that movie?" And I hadn't seen it since the theater. So when Carl and I got back, we went to an afternoon show. I was like, "Let's watch Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead." And wow, I forgot just how purely disgusting that movie is. And it is fucking good. That's a good fucking movie. So I'm now like, all right, give this guy more cool franchises to do more. Like I know everybody's kind of sick of remakes, reboots, continuations of these long-standing franchises, but if you're gonna make bangers like that, then I'll go see him.
You're just a movie fan, huh?
Yeah,
Through and through.
I guess so.
They need to get you one of these cool franchises. It's got to be your next move.
I think I'd fuck it up, man. I think the only thing that I would
What?
ever
You can't say that publicly. Don't say that publicly.
well, no, because I like doing my own stuff, but because
Sure.
like people in my family, like when I finished John Cooper, they're like, "Oh, that's so cool! You finally made your first movie. Wouldn't it be awesome if one day you got to do a Marvel movie?" And I was like, "Not really. When I read Marvel comics and like watch a Marvel movie, I'm like, I don't think I could write that well. Like my wheelhouse is kind of like
that's the problem.
yeah, I think my wheelhouse is more like the Kevin Smith world, like just coming up with my own stuff, making some like immature, goofy jokes, and that's my lane, and I want to stay in it. The
But
only
I don't
thing,
think that's. I think that's different. I don't think like you said you don't think you could write something like that,
yeah,
or you could write well enough to do something like that. But all they are really doing is adapting source material or
yeah, I know,
a
and
comic.
I'm not really all that good at that.
Right.
I
I
think
get that.
the one thing that I was like, all right, I know I just said I would never want to touch anybody else's franchise, but The one thing that I would want to take a stab at is a Running
Rocky.
Man.
No.
I would love to do a Running Man reboot, but they're already doing that with Edgar Wright and Glenn Powell as the lead.
No shit.
Yeah. And I love Running Man, but if you're telling me there's a Running Man remake coming with Edgar Wright at the helm and Glenn Powell, fucking sign me up. I'll be there day one.
Sounds like a pretty good combo, huh?
Yeah. So
I
Shuddy,
thought, what am I thinking of? Blade Runner? That's not Running Man, right? Blade Runner is with Ryan Gosling.
yeah,
Correct.
Okay. Two different movies. I was like, wait, I thought they already did a Running Man remake.
well,
But
the Blade Runner 2049 was a sequel. Oh,
right. But these movies aren't at all connected. I'm just
no,
being
they just
an
have
old lady.
some variation of runner in the title.
In future, it's in the future, right? Running Man?
Yeah, I think it's in the futuristic year of 2019.
Is it really?
I think so.
Oh, baby.
It's funny now looking back on the stuff that we're now past. Like, I think Akira took place in 2019. I think Running Man is either 2017 or 2019. Like, I think at this point we're past Judgment Day and the Terminator films.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that was in the
Wasn't
90s, I think,
Judgment?
right? 97?
Yeah, wasn't Judgment Day? Yeah. I think, yeah, I don't even think it was, I think it was same millennium.
Yeah. We're past so much stuff, but I'm actually kind of proud of us, you know? We're kind of teetering on the edge of fucking with the technology that kills us in all these movies, but so far 2024 and we're still kicking.
Yeah. But I mean, we're trying, to your point. We are trying. We're getting AI going, and the apocalypse is, there's still a decent chance we see it. And that's exciting.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see how I would fare. Save it for my 50s. Let me get a little bit more good living in before we go that route.
I'd actually assume I would fare poorly in the apocalypse. I'm not cut out for the apocalypse, if I'm being honest. Not enough sports to watch, not enough things to bet on.
That's true. You would
I
need
feel
to
like
survive to the
if
point
you-
where Thunderdome is created, and then you can get your sports.
I feel like if you're being honest with yourself, Kevin, you're probably not an apocalypse guy either.
No. I feel like on day 4 without toothpaste, I'm going to be pissed.
I feel like people that don't really want to work the grill when they're hanging out with a bunch of chicks probably aren't good for the apocalypse.
Yeah. I'm going to be like I'm gonna, like in what's that end of the world movie with Seth Rogen?
The end is near. The world's end.
Yeah,
The world's
something
end.
like that. Yeah, I'm going to be Channing Tatum. I'm just going to be on Danny McBride's leash as his fucking fuck dog.
Hey, survival, am I right?
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Fuck it. Yeah, I guess.
So were you pumped for Alien Romulus and then let down, Geoff?
I expected I'd like it more.
Because I saw Bill gave it the same score as Shuddy and I on the old
Oh,
Letterboxd
really?
days, so
I didn't get the impression that he liked it that much. Not 4.5, but I think Cheech liked it. I thought Cheech liked it more than Bill. Me and Erica sat next to each other, and I feel like we were kind of on the same wavelength, even though she doesn't do scary movies. I'm talking about Bill's girlfriend. She doesn't do scary movies, and she was legit terrified at points in this movie, and I was frightened too. I actually enjoyed that aspect of it. This was less science fiction and more horror, right?
yeah, I mean, it did have a lot of tension, a lot of tense moments, a lot of suspense. I enjoyed that.
This was definitely a thriller, a sci-fi thriller instead of a sci-fi action movie.
Yeah, I really like outer space horror. You know, like Event Horizon. That movie fucks.
Yeah, we've talked about that over the years. We both love that movie.
There's something about just horror in space that's got like a fun tone to it that I've always enjoyed.
You have like more more like story options availability because like no one knows like shit about. You can make things up once you're already in outer space. You're like, where can this go?
Yeah.
You do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You're already out there.
I think
Fuck it.
it did cool shit because, like, if you count, there's been what, 5, not counting Romulus, there's been 5 Alien movies and Prometheus. So this is like the 7th title in the franchise, and they still found cool, unique uses for alien lore. Like they did cool shit with the acid blood. I found, tying in stuff. I don't know if this is much of a spoiler, but they do make a few like light connections to Prometheus and the original Alien, and I was like, oh, they tied that in. That was kind of a really clever way of doing that.
I mean, the
That's what I was
very
gonna
first
ask about.
scene of the movie is them picking something up from the wreckage of the Nostromo.
Yeah. And then there's like a cameo that I won't spoil, but I thought, I don't know, maybe I am just an easy date. It doesn't take much to impress me, but fuck, I love that movie.
That CGI cameo was a little...
There were some rough patches for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that too, but I feel like that's a little too spoilery. I don't know. Yeah, maybe 3 out of 5 is a little too rough. Wasn't that bad. Although it's not that terrible of a score either. I'll come through and just completely shit on movies. Gave something a 0 recently, I think.
I think you did, yeah.
So,
Forget what it was, but yeah, you were pissed.
yeah, I get fired up sometimes and I waste my time in a movie. But hey, whatever.
It happens.
Just got so much sports to watch, Get grumpy watching shitty movies. Speaking of which, got my fantasy football league draft this Saturday. There was some.
Oh, that's your big blowout party every year, right?
It's a fucking bender. Last year I did like 4 drugs.
Didn't you crash at somebody's house last year?
Yeah. My buddy's Aunt Kathy has like a mansion and she Airbnbs and B she'll like rent it out or whatever to through Airbnb. Yeah, I didn't know what to say. Airbnbs and B's it. That doesn't make sense.
Airbnbs and Bezos.
But like rich people that are taking their kids to Disneyland will rent that mansion, and it was available this weekend. There were some questions whether or not I'd be able to stay in it, and most of the rooms there's like I think there's like 10 bedrooms, but like they all most of them have like a Disney theme to them, except for I think the master bedroom for the parents, but. There was questions on whether or not we'd be able to stay there this time around this year. And if we weren't, then we couldn't, have the same kind of bender because we got to drive home.
Is anybody staying in the Gaston room?
But it turns out that we do have it for the night.
Nice.
And the pool is operational this year.
Oh, shit.
I think the barbecue pit is going to be available as well. I think that might have been available last year. And there's just going to be your standard debauchery. It's going to be pretty excited. Everyone is bringing something to the table, except for me, of course. I have no ideas. I was going to buy nice cigars for the fantasy league. We could smoke cigars, maybe while drafting or whatever that night at the party. But the replies that I got back when I threw this out to the group were no. From a few of the people, then other people didn't chime in, or they said they're not into cigars. They didn't say like, "Don't do that." They're just like, I'm good." So I'm a little disappointed by that. We have a fucking truly very berry seltzer keg that the champion has decided on. So we got a fucking seltzer keg and no cigars being smoked.
That's a recipe for a
fantasy drafting women's soccer.
I know, dude. I'm gonna use that joke. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
No, Shuddy, you only have to call it soccer. You have to designate when it's men's.
Oh, my mistake. My mistake.
Yeah, it's disappointing, but I got that this weekend, so hopefully there will be some stories to tell
Nice.
next week about the fantasy football draft.
Yeah, I'm embarking on a new thing that I'll report back to you guys with next week.
Oh,
Now that the move is finished, and I mean there's still a shitload of work to be done to find places for everything and get everything unpacked, but I'm trying a new gimmick to try and stay active, and I have decided upon visiting a climbing gym.
Okay.
Because
I like that.
I feel like I need to be tricked into doing the right things. It just starts back from my days of Flintstones chewable vitamins. Like, if something needs to be done, it has to be fun. And I hate all forms of exercise. I hate picking up heavy things. I hate cardio. I hate runs. I hate being on the fucking bike. I fucking hate it all. And
Wait, you don't like going biking though with like Carl or with your buddies?
I do like going biking with you guys. Carl is not a bike fan. She thinks it's too dangerous to do in the city. You'll get creamed. So
I love the danger.
I have to do stationary biking if I want to do that. And even that sucks.
good.
Like, I do like going
that's
for
good.
and if you're going to, get cardio from a bike ride, like just a gingerly stroll out, you're going to have to put some miles in and do it regularly. So I kind of figured maybe, because I did do climbing, a climbing gym once when I was a kid, like on some fucking, I don't know, field trip with summer camp or something. And I thought it was dope. And I don't know, I'm going to give it a shot and we'll see how much of a wiener I am when I report back next week. I think I might go tomorrow.
Oh, you haven't gone yet.
No.
How does the membership work?
That's something I'm going to figure out when I get there.
Oh, yeah, right. You didn't even get it yet. You're just going to go show up and see what the
Yeah.
options are, the plans.
Yeah, I'm just going to wing it. I found a place
What's
on
your
Yelp.
buy price?
Fuck, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what memberships look like, if I can just do it like a gym and just pay
Well,
a
let's
monthly
see.
fee and show up when I want. Well, Shuddy, because
Yeah.
if you look now, I might get talked out of it.
Well, no, let's
Get
do
me in
this
the
now.
door, give me a sample, because if you tell me some bad news, I am not going tomorrow.
No,
I mean, maybe
so
it could save you some time.
I'm looking at a local one here, and it seems like it's reasonably priced, like a regular gym membership. Like it's $69 a month.
Oh,
Wait.
fuck. I mean, sweet
Are you
number,
that's
but fuck.
expensive?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. First of all, it's going to be more expensive in LA, Culver City.
I know.
Let's see.
God damn it, Shuddy. See? I knew you were going to do
Does
this.
that
wait.
include?
Why is that would you rather go there and be like, oh, I'm not doing this and waste your time?
No, because then I'd be forced into it. Or I would just do like a trial day and something stupid would happen to me and then I'd have a story for next week.
Are you saying like if you walk in to the climbing gym without a plan, there's no way you leave without a plan? Like you're gonna have to buy something?
I feel like me making the drive and showing up is being pot committed.
That's how I feel about McDonald's, really. Anytime I go, I'm gonna get something.
Exactly, right?
Which climbing
But
gym
I
are you
don't-
looking at?
I don't
I
even
think
want
you
to.
should use that logic for a fucking climbing gym.
Yeah. Don't worry about it,
Yeah.
Shuddy. I'll figure the bad news out for myself in person.
What do you? This logic is troubling.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
So, all right. You'd rather just get ripped off than have a strategy? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Or make a bad decision instead of having a strategy? Oh, all right. Then the question I have for you is how often do you plan on using this?
I don't know. Again, this is how I do things. I need to be thrown into the fire. I know it doesn't make any sense, but my brain is melted, so I need different tactics than most people.
I mean, you just
What
have no
about
plan
boxing?
and no goals. You just-
I don't like
That's a good
boxing
idea,
either.
too.
Like getting punched in the face is annoying and it pisses me off.
So why don't you just got to get like a 5 climb trial? Like just
Yeah.
buy one of those 5 packs if they have something like that.
Yeah, I'll see what they have for first timers. And again, this is like, because I feel
Because
like
there's a chance you don't like this at all, right?
I doubt it. Because the way I'm looking at it is my life is basically like if Big was a biopic. Like I am perpetually a 13-year-old in a 42-year-old's body, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm lost at sea, and I'm pretty much just winging every adult decision that I have to make.
Sure.
I'll be right back. I have to pee really badly.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep going. I'll be able to hear you.
Let us know. Can we hear you pee? Mic up your
Probably
toilet.
not.
I can no, I hear you and I understand. I understand what makes you you. I'm just I am trying to and do the impossible, which is figure out your logic on all this.
Don't bother. It's not. There is no logic in it.
Like, so you're very confident you're gonna like it,
Yeah.
but you're not sure on how much of it you want to do, so you're not committing to a monthly plan.
Well, because the reason I'm confident I'm going to like it is because even as a kid, I always loved climbing around on things, and I still enjoy climbing on things. It's just as a middle-aged man, there's not many appropriate things for me to climb on. So if you throw me into a
Yeah, dicks don't count.
Become just climb trees, bro. That'd be awesome.
there's not enough fun trees. California trees aren't good for climbing. They're very Dr.
Carl would be
Seussy.
pumped on that.
I don't think.
Oh, where'd your boyfriend go? Oh, you can climb that tree. Look up.
Yeah, see, he's up there playing Game Boy.
Listen, Kevin, just become an arborist and you can climb trees for a living, make money, and get exercise.
These are all terrible suggestions.
You'd be paid to climb instead of paying to climb.
No, but they give you those like belts and like lifts that gets you up there. I just want to climb a goddamn wall, Shuddy boy.
Is there any chance this leads to you climbing like a mountain or like outdoors or something like that?
Zero.
Well,
You're gonna go up to Yosemite and free climb El Capitan?
Yeah. Well, then maybe not free climb, but like do some vertical limit shit, bro.
No, too clumsy.
And are you just gonna roll into a climbing gym by yourself?
Yeah, dude.
This has I'm just gonna rip the band-aid. This has 0% chance of working. You will not be climbing by October. 100%.
Who's gonna
100%.
who's
The
gonna
only-
hold your rope
The
if you
only
go by
thing,
yourself?
Shuddy, the only thing that keeps him climbing in October is him saying, "I told you so." That's it. It's the only thing.
I mean, we're at the tail end of August, so it's literally just like a month and change that I have to do this for.
I wanted to say September, but I'm not confident you go this weekend.
Shuddy, they hook you into a harness, so if you fall off, it just like gently repels you down.
It's like a free game. It's just like dying in Mario. Just hit restart. You're good.
Yeah.
Well, the only time I've gone to a climbing gym, it's been many, many years, but somebody actually held the rope for you. It wasn't attached to anything. Like somebody held the rope and belayed you.
I feel like I'm just too fat to climb things. And I've felt like that ever since pretty much since I was like 8 years old. I was like, I'm just too fat to try to ascend something. Never really climbed trees. Never.
You never like
Kevin,
climbing shit as a kid?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Told you I have like a little, mini fear of heights. I'm afraid of heights. We'll just go there. We'll leave it there. I'll just be honest.
Yeah, it's not mini.
I'm afraid of them. I am. I don't like them. But Kevin, you don't have that issue. Clearly, you're going indoor rock climbing. It's weird that you're not gonna be willing to try outdoor. And knowing that, I feel like this is a very unsustainable plan.
Most of my plans are.
Like
In
it's
all
not
honesty.
it's a fitness goal, right? That's the number one thing you're looking to do here.
Um. Okay. In all reality,
Shoot me straight here.
this is more of a me trying to have fun thing, and I might get exercise in the process. Like again, this is the Flintstones chewable vitamin of exercise for me.
I wish you luck.
I mean, I'm sure the Puminati are already taking their bets of how long I'm going to fail or if I'm going to die on my first thing, my first attempt.
There's no way you go climbing during spooky season. Absolutely zero chance.
No, that's not true. You know, it gets me out of the house a little bit. See, I
Right,
think
because that's what you like to do is leave your house.
I mean, it's kind of like I think the ideal situation for me would be an American Gladiators gym where there's not just the wall. There's these other things I can do too.
You can do the Eliminator and Powerball.
Is the Eliminator?
Would you do Powerball?
No, I'm too much. I would need to do the other events for a few months before I graduate to the Powerball. But is the Eliminator the one with all the different weapons where you're shooting like Nerf arrows?
And they're shooting the tennis balls at you
because
that's fucking air cannon.
Yeah, the
that was
Gatling
the
gun
one I always wanted to do. That's
the Gatling gun of tennis balls.
Yeah,
because that's cardio right there. And then hand-eye coordination, that's useful. That's stuff. That does
Wait,
things.
are you playing? You're being the guy doing the course, right? Not the guy shooting the tennis balls.
No, I imagine one of the employees is manning the tennis ball Gatling gun.
Well, I mean, you could get a job there, right? That'd be sweet. You could be an American Gladiator, Kevin.
For a discount, like kind of like the property managers in an apartment building. They're like, hey, you work for us and you get free rent. It's like, okay,
yeah,
fair trade.
Yeah, you just got to find someone to take over your tennis ball shooting shift. And otherwise, you're good to go, dude.
I'm wrong. The Eliminator is the ending obstacle course.
Oh, yeah, that one was tough.
I'm going to have to Google Gladiator events because what the fuck was that called? The
Gauntlet?
That might be it.
Man.
Would you do Atmosphere? And it is the Gauntlet.
Yes, I would do Atmosphere. Atmosphere looked sick. It did look hard. Because like we've discussed this a trillion times on the show, but as a kid watching Nickelodeon Guts, and you're like, oh man, where did they find all these wieners? I could smoke all these kids and go home with a piece of the aggro crag. But when I would watch American Gladiators and saw like the what was it, Chronosphere? Atmosphere. I was like, man, that looks really tough. I don't think I could do a better job than these guys are doing.
That's the one where they're inside the medical cage ball and have to roll around and get into the scoring pods.
Yep.
And the gladiators are in balls and trying to knock them around.
Yep.
Let's see, what else? Assault was the one that we were talking about.
Assault, yeah.
So you wouldn't want to do Breakthrough and Conquer, which is the running the ball 15 yards and then sumo wrestling.
Not really, but I would be interested in that like joust swing.
So that was human cannonball.
Yeah, where I got a human cannonball into a gladiator on a big podium. That would be fun.
What about Hang Tough, which was the rings?
You know what? I'm going to need a month or two, but yeah, that will be worked into the rotation. See, that would be the coolest fucking thing in the world. An American Gladiator training gym. What is a more fun way to get a workout?
I mean, I like basketball more, but I hear you on the obstacle course stuff. See, I always thought like you guys, I thought I could compete in global guts, but I never fooled myself or lied to myself and said I can compete against like American Gladiators.
What about Skytrack?
Is Skytrack
that was the one where
the hand
where
bicycle?
They hung upside? No, you hung upside down and it was Velcro and they like scampered down to the end and had to turn around and come back.
Yeah, sign me up. That looked fun. Upside down crawling? Yeah. I'm into that. I think the only problem with this thing is you need like a Costco size piece of real estate to have room for all these obstacles.
Swing shot would be fun too. And that's the one where they were on the bungee cord and there was that column of different colored balls hanging from the ceiling in the middle. And you had to jump up and grab the ball.
That
And the
sounds vaguely
gladiator
familiar.
came from the other direction to try and keep you from getting it.
I think I would like to do that one without gladiator interference. I think that would be better for my workout. Man, I was really just planning on spending like 30 seconds teasing this, and we just found a whole new business venture.
I know we really covered a lot of ground in this topic. Probably spent a lot more time talking about it than you'll actually be at the rock climbing gym or indoor climbing gym.
How fucking dare you? I bet
Dude,
you I'm gonna put on such a display that they're gonna be impressed and offer me a job. That's my prediction.
You're gonna be in speed climbing in the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles.
Yep, Kevin Raygun Craft.
Dude, I would love for you to nerd out on this and climbing become your thing.
It would be Kevin K-Gun Craft, buddy.
That doesn't make sense, Shody.
K-Gun.
That would not be it.
You
I'd be like walking around and like I'm always in the gear for it, and I shake people's hand. I'm like, oh, sorry, that's just residue chalk on my hand from all the climbing I do. Let me tell you about this climbing gym. I just become an annoying enthusiast.
you climb building. I would like to see you scale a building. You're turning into a multi-sport athlete. You got indoor climbing and snowboarding. Are you done with snowboarding?
And fuck no. I love snowboarding. It's just can only do it certain times a year, and I can only afford to do it a couple times a year because it's very expensive.
Oh, I'm chomping at the bit for snowboarding season.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I cannot fucking wait for it to get cold enough here. Like, I'm very antsy.
That's the thing. If snowboarding was affordable and easily accessible year round, that would be. I would definitely be doing that like 5 times a week.
Can you still snowboard at Mammoth right now, or is that done? Because I
No.
thought my cousin was telling me he's going to come out here soon to go to Mammoth. Maybe he meant soon in the winter.
I think the latest I've seen Mammoth open is July. I don't think anything is open late August. At least in this
Gotcha,
part of the
okay.
world.
Gotcha.
Well, shit. I think that about does it. But if you have not
Good
gotten your
stuff.
fix, if you have not gotten enough MSPH to satiate your bungus, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Sign up. There's 2 different tiers. You get the $5 tier where you get the bonus podcast we do every week and Crafter Geoff when it's in season. And let me tell you, it's in fucking season. They left us high and dry for 3 weeks, but we're back. Just did a double episode this past week.
I think we have
I
2
have
more
another
double
double.
discs.
What?
Yeah, we have another double episode coming up this week, don't we?
Yeah.
And then one after, I think.
We're just getting DP'd in the
No,
Master
right.
Chef front.
Right during football season, man. I can't believe they dodged the Olympics for this shit. Bums me
In
out.
this
I'm gonna have to.
fucking rigged fucking contest anyway.
Yeah, Shuddy's
I'm gonna
pissed.
have to.
Aegis
I'm-
pricks.
I think I'm gonna have to fucking skip basketball this week because I got so much football stuff to do to preview. Speaking of which, I'm going on 2 Clouded Minds podcasts tomorrow to do an NFL 2024 season preview.
Oh, shit.
Fuck those guys and make sure you tell Chris that he's a pussy, Geoff. You
I
need
will.
to
I'll
go
tell
in
him that.
there and you need to fucking
I'll wear a Shuddy Boy jersey.
yeah, don't fucking remember what you told me. You never go against the family.
And I never will. I'm on your side here. I'll tell him that. But yeah, I'm so busy with football, golf, horse racing this week, and Gordon pulls this double disc shit on me. So I'm jam-packed this week. I don't even have time for basketball Wednesday.
Well,
Speaking of football, Kevin, do you want to make your Super Bowl team picks this week, or do you want to wait till the end of? You want to wait for the final week of the preseason to get your final scouting reports?
we'll wait. I need to crunch more data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scrape the data, put it in his model, simulate the season a million times, and he'll come out with his winners. I got you, Kevin. Good stuff.
Yeah. But hey, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And speaking of us appearing on other podcasts, check out Good Things Are Happening with our homie Dustin Ibarra. He had me on a couple weeks ago. That episode went live. So check it out on YouTube. They got a pretty cool little studio set up there. Good Things Are Happening. And then, available on audio as well if you're into that.
Were you in studio?
I was, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. And what else? Check out Outkick Bets with Geoff Clark. Sounds like things are starting to heat up.
That's right, baby. Did the AFC win totals. Me and my homie David Troy last week. We're doing the NFC win totals this weekend, probably recording Thursday. Following week will be our season-long predictions for the awards and Super Bowl and stuff. And then week one. It's only 3 weeks away at this point. Well, a little less. Yeah.
Shit.
I'm going to be a different man in a few weeks. A better man.
And also, if you would like to see these episodes instead of just listening, go to youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Geoff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie. The Movie Night with Kevin Patreon still on 50% discount. $2.50 a month. It's basically nothing if you want to check it out before it gets wiped away forever.
If you subscribe now, you can get a free kitchen table.
Yeah. Even when I set the price for that Patreon, it was like, are you sure you want to do that? This is not a good idea. And I'm like, shut up, Patreon. It's going to be a cheap subscription.
You should do a promotion where the next 20 subscribers wins a chance at a new coffee or new kitchen table.
Just pay for shipping.
Yeah.
You just gotta pay for shipping.
U-Haul not provided. You're going to have to get this dining room table and chair and bench set to Canada, most likely.
Yeah. Shipping and handling not included.
Well, I mean, Dylan the trucker, I'm sure he's got a truck.
Yeah.
So he can put it in there.
But again, like I said, the fun does not have to stop. Sign up, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We are about to do another bonus podcast exclusive for Patreon subscribers. So we hope to see you there, friends. But until next time, something